Good evening. More areas are placed under tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 as Typhoon Jenny steadily intensifies. According to Pag-asa's 5 p.m. bulletin, signal number 1 is raised over Batanes, Cagayan including Babuyan Islands, the northern and eastern portion of Isabela, Apayao, the northern and central portion of Ilocos Norte, the northeastern portion of Abra, and the northern portion of Kalinga. Pag-asa says it last spotted Typhoon Jenny 485 kilometers east of Basco, Batanes. It packs maximum sustained winds of 155 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 190 kilometers per hour. Jenny still continues to enhance the southwest monsoon or habagat, which would bring rains over the western portions of central Luzon, southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao in the next 3 days. According to state meteorologists, Jenny will make its closest approach to Batanes by Wednesday, so it is expected to directly affect Batanes and even Babuyan Islands. Typhoon Jenny is forecast to reach its peak intensity by Tuesday. It is then expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility by Thursday evening. A Pulse Asia survey shows that the approval ratings of the heads of the 3 main branches of government fell in the last 3 months. In the executive branch, the approval rating of President Bongbong Marcos falls to 65% in September from 80% in June. Vice President Sara Duterte's approval rating also decreases by 11 points, going from 84% to 73% within the same period. Survey results reveal that approval ratings for both heads of the legislative branch also went down. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri's trust rating declines from 56% in June to 50% in September. The approval rating of House Speaker Martin Romualdez also slides down to 41% from 52%. From the judiciary, the approval rating of Supreme Court Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo falls by 10 percentage points, going from 44% to 34%. The Bureau of the Treasury says the Philippines' debt stock increased to a new record high of 14.35 trillion pesos at the end of August as the peso weakened against the US dollar. According to the Bureau of Treasury, the national government's debt rose to 14.35 trillion pesos at end August from 14.24 trillion pesos at end July. The figure from end August shows an increase of 0.7% or an additional 105.28 billion pesos. Of the total outstanding obligations, 68% or 9.79 trillion pesos is owed to domestic lenders. Meanwhile, 32% or 4.56 trillion pesos is borrowed from foreign lenders. Pump prices of gasoline and kerosene will again decline for the second consecutive week on Tuesday, August 3, while the price of diesel will see an increase. In separate advisories, local oil firms say they will cut the price of gasoline by 2 pesos per liter and kerosene by 50 centavos per liter. Meanwhile, diesel prices will go up by 40 centavos per liter. This week's mixed movements in pump prices of petroleum products comes after the Department of Energy told consumers to manage their expectations as major oil producers extended daily production cuts. DOE says rollbacks were due mainly to elevated interest rates, stronger US dollar, and the relaxation of Russia's fuel import ban. Senator Risa Hontiveros urges the Senate to look into the reported 460 million peso hidden funds of the Davao City government during the term of then City Mayor and now Vice President Sara Duterte. Citing records of the Commission on Audit, Hontiveros says the Davao City government was allotted 460 million pesos in confidential and intelligence funds every year from 2019 to 2022. In a statement, Hontiveros says the almost $500 million in confidential funds given to Davao City each year was overwhelming. She points out that secret funds of larger cities like Makati, Manila, and Cebu don't even reach 100 million pesos. While recognizing the existing security challenges that Davao City is facing, Hontiveros questions if these challenges are much worse than China's incursions and abuses in our territorial waters. Hontiveros expresses her plan to raise this and other issues involving confidential and intelligence funds when the Senate tackles the proposed 2024 national budget in the plenary. House Deputy Minority Leader and ACT Teachers Representative Franz Castro earlier urged the Commission on Audit to investigate the reported 2.697 billion peso secret fund allocations for Duterte when she was mayor of Davao City from 2016 to 2022. Castro also demanded the return of the money if the confidential expenses were not justified. The Vice President is yet to release a statement on the latest issues raised against her. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines says a bomb scare disrupted several flights in Bicol International Airport and caused temporary closure of its runway. GovT says the incident occurred on a flight scheduled to depart from Bicol International Airport to Manila at 10:45 a.m. on Monday. According to GovT, the aircraft crew reported that they found a note inside the lavatory with the word bomb written on it. It adds that the runway was temporarily closed and passengers were deplaned to undergo security inspection. Personnel from GovT Security and Intelligence Service and Philippine National Police Aviation Security Group, along with Aviation Security K9 bomb disposal units, were deployed to conduct screening of passengers' luggage and hand-carried items. GovT says it is investigating the incident and has yet to identify the culprit. According to Bicol International Airport Manager Roland Boquito, 12 flights were affected by the incident. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Pauline Del Rosario ng Bandera. Pauline?
Hello Neil at sa mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Heto ang latest chika. Mukhang makakauwi na sa ating bansa ang Queen of All Media na si Kris Aquino. Ang good news, ibinandera mismo ni Kris sa isang Instagram post. Kwento pa nga ng dating TV host, maganda na ang naging resulta ng kanyang blood test, lalo na yung may kaugnayan sa inflammation ng kanyang katawan. Tuwang-tuwa rin anya siya dahil nasa-survive din niya ang side effects na dulot ng kanyang medications. Dahil dyan, umaasa ang Queen of All Media na posible siyang makauwi ng Pilipinas after 2 years. Ito ay matapos ang mahabang panahon ng pagpapagamot sa Amerika. Kasunod niyan, muling ibinandera ni Kris ang kanyang pagiging single. Inamin niya na mas peaceful na siya ngayong hindi na sila nag-uusap ni Batangas Vice Governor Mark Leviste matapos silang maghiwalay recently. Nabanggit din ni Kris na nais niyang magkaroon ng privacy kaya hindi na siya magkukwento hinggil dito. At yan, ang latest bandera chika natin for today. Thank you, Neil!
Maraming salamat, Pauline. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. Typhoon Jenny steadily intensifies, more areas placed under signal number 1. Pulse Asia survey shows approval ratings of the three heads of the three main branches of government fell in the last 3 months. And the pump prices of gasoline and kerosene to roll back on Tuesday. Diesel prices to increase. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.